Back at American Airlines Center, the Stars and the Hawks, and here are tonight's Kia starting goalies.
Kari Lehtonen goes again for the Stars, and why not? He's been in net for 16 of the 18 points this team has earned, backstopping them with the league's 5th best goals against average. Corey Crawford owns the NHL's 8th best GAA, just a shade over 2 goals per game.
Jonathan Toews at center ice. He and Patrick Kane co-lead the Hawks in scoring, as do Jamie Benn and Tyler Seguin for their counterparts. Benn and Seguin out there together. Also with Rich Peverley. Stars have Brendan Dillon and Stefan Robidas as their top pair. Peverley with a pass ahead. Benn trying to go against Johnny Oduya.
Quick switch from Joel Quenneville to get Oduya out here with his partner Hjalmarsson.
Now Seguin burrowing in back of the net. Tempted to hand it in front. And the pass goes to the boards. Robidas shot it sharp, blocked it. Toews and Seguin bump into each other. And Hjalmarsson had a bit of a problem yesterday at practice, is back in there today. Ben Smith at center ice after the Hawks change. Stars do too. Cody Eakin plowed in the corner. Big Bollig hit him. Whitney trying to escape at center ice, and Smith holds the line for the Hawks with Kruger in tow. Smith goes to the front of the net, and the Stars pick up the coverage in front. It was Eakin helping out.
What Quenneville has done quite a bit lately, get his 4th line out on the ice almost immediately. Second shift of the game, their depth crew.
And they're burrowing in Dallas ice. Bollig put it in front. Smith, a backhander and a save, Lehtonen out of the traffic.
Good shift out of him.
Seabrook and Keith on the back end. Seabrook shot, Lehtonen the stop. Kruger puts it up to Keith, a drive, save Lehtonen. Chicago maintaining the pressure in the Dallas zone. This is not unusual. Early outbursts from the opposition. Kari Lehtonen has been coming up large. Whitney banks it to the line. Chiasson overskates, and Chicago keeps it in. Finally, the Stars clear. I think the Hawks were weary, too.
Boy, what a shift, though, out of that 4th line of Kruger, Bollig, and Smith forechecking. Their top pair on defense on the point with them.
Kane tried to get that back from Saad. Down to Chushkin. Battling with Brandon Saad along the wall. Daly pressured. Spun off Saad's hit. Daly was hooked, and a penalty called by the guy at center ice. They both have it now.
Saad is going off. Stars are going on the power play after surviving the second shift of the game in their own zone. That line just came out, and Smith twice took the puck to the net, and then they did a little meat tenderizing along the boards. Good pinch by Seabrook, but they had Seabrook and Keith out there on the point together. The best chance they had was wide open in the slot after a couple of tick saves by Kari Lehtonen. Good movement by Daly. Great gesticulation to put the Stars power play on the job.
They are still looking for their first power play goal in this building this year, Dallas is, against a Hawks team, Razor, that is statistically ranked at the bottom, but they aren't on the job much, and especially lately they bowed up a little.
Well, they're not on the job a lot, and a lot of the damage was done in their first, 5 games when they were putrid with their penalty killing.
They're chasing stats now. Whitney, Seguin, Benn, Goligoski, and Peverley for the Stars. That's Peverley at the right point, keeping it in for Goligoski. Kruger out to challenge. He'll leave it on the boards for Seguin. To the high slot, Seguin now to Whitney. Missed the one-timer. Hjalmarsson tried to put it up. Stars fetch it off the back of the net, and Kruger hoisting it to the line. Seguin holding it in. Steps past Shaw to try and feed Whitney in the corner. Now Seguin engaging there too, but finally it's Shaw finding it and clearing it.
Whitney's acting like he's got a skate problem on his way off the ice. He kept checking it. It was a pretty smart little play. I think everyone was expecting Seguin to shoot that puck from the top in the middle, and they had Whitney wide open where he fanned on it.
There's Cody Eakin. He leads Dallas with 2 power play goals. Got the big one the other night late in Detroit. Gonchar dicing up the Chicago defense. Seabrook finds it, though, off the stick and clears it. And Toews reaching for it shorthanded in the Dallas zone. Stars surround him. Chiasson will try it with about half a minute remaining in the first power play of the game. Put it into the corner. Goes after Hjalmarsson, and it's cranked down by Keith.
Too late with a second guy. Relatively easy exit out of there. You were mentioning the power play goal scores. It has been the Stars' second unit, if you will, that has done most of the damage on the power play. Of course, none of it in this building.
Fiddler rocketing in deep. Left it for Garbutt in the corner. Taps it back to Dillon. Off the boards for Robidas. He'll shoot it. And Fiddler's tripped up in front as they rip another one from the corner. Garbutt hits Crawford, but just as Saad steps out, another penalty to the Hawks.
Well, you're not going to get a better opportunity to get healthy on home ice than this in the early going. You mentioned that the Hawks don't take a lot of penalties, and they don't. It's always been a big part of Joel Quenneville's MO. Right in the skates, trying to move them. Bit of a lazy play. One of their penalty killers sits in the box. They've been shorthanded just once, 5 times, either once or none at all, 5 times already.
Well, this is Dallas' second crack early, and they are now 0 for 19 on home ice through 6 games and this game tonight.
Well, it becomes mental, too. I mean, these have been weird home games because they haven't really had a home stand.
Lindy Ruff said, I'm trying to tell him to not focus on it, to just kind of, it'll come, it'll come, it'll come.
Well, they do seem like a group that needs some positivity here on home ice. They've had opportunities, no question about that.
Ben shot it, saved Crawford, rebound up the slot, Seguin holding it in. Looked at Peverley, finds Ben, his pass intercepted. Taves out to center ice and Hossa clears.
They looked like a nervous team with their power play on home ice. I mean, it's not like it's been gangbusters away from home every night, but it hasn't been very good here.
Goligoski slipped it in past Saad. Rifles it around the boards. Whitney let it go to Peverley. Pumps it back in again. Rozibal with the reach. Tapped it ahead to Saad. And then threw it away to Whitney. Gives to Goligoski. Passing down to Peverley. Shooting it. That's blocked by Oduya. Ben into the corner for Tyler Seguin. Back out to Ray Whitney as the Stars rotate. Ben's in front. Goligoski's shot doesn't get through. Saad clears.
All the things, all the hallmarks of good penalty killing have been in place. They've hustled the pucks. They've had the Stars spread out. Won pucks that way. They've won faceoffs and they've blocked shots. Really haven't asked Crawford to do much on these 2 power plays.
Sergei Gonchar wipes it around the boards. Cody Eakin sneaks under Shaw. Gave it back to Trevor Daley, who returns to Eakin with 35 left on the second power play early in the game for Dallas. Puck deflects away from Gonchar. Seabrook clears.
Last year with the Chicago Blackhawks, it was their power play that was only mediocre at best. Their penalty killing was excellent. Top 5 all season long. Big factor in the playoffs.
Horkoff left it. Saad harassing Gonchar.
Stars better watch their next shift. This is coming off back-to-back power plays and nothing out of it. Look out.
Daley, backhander in front. Horkoff digging, and then he's buried. They score. Eakin's there, and the puck's in the net.
They got an ugly.
I guess.
Just at the conclusion of their second power play, Daley, a very aggressive little trot in and just whips it on net. It's going to be Eakin's goal. Scored a mammoth power play goal the other night. That's going hard to the net right there. Rozibal and Oduya both were on the outside looking in. That just crept its way past Crawford on the short side. That feels a little better after sagging power play time.
It happened just after the expiration of the penalty, so it will not count as a power play goal. Fiddler back of the net. Robidas to Dillon. Shot it. Crawford made the stop. Rebound there, and Cole couldn't swing it home. Or Fiddler, pardon me. Fiddler steps away from Sharp. Walked into Leddy. Roussel banged in the corner. There's Roussel again finding Leddy back of the Chicago net. Roussel is twisted up. It's Eakin from Horkoff and Daley, an even strength goal for the Stars. Kane trying to answer with Taves and Sharp, and they're offside at the Dallas line. Take it any way you can get it. Cody Eakin keeps that red-hot stick going for a 1-0 day.
Well, it took Trevor Daley 15 games to pick up his first assist of the season. The guy beside him, the same thing, Alex Goligoski. A couple of good puck-moving D-men that were not counting in the offense all that much. Daly mentioned that he was just thinking too much. And I think what you saw in that last play, that goal doesn't happen if he doesn't just, brazenly trot in there with the puck and then pump it on net. Don't overthink it.
No, and keep him out there with Cody Eakin. Here's Ben after the puck kicked hard off the Detroit-like end boards. Sheldon Brookbank fighting it at center ice. Seabrook will shoot it in. Lettinen unable to stop it. Shaw's in front of the net, now inside of it, now out of it. Seabrook's shot blocked, went to the corner. Jordy Ben partnered with Sergei Gonchar. Jamie Nichushkin up here with these two. And Oduya pressured, gave it back.
Well, I think some of that because of the back-to-back power plays, and you get your lines a little funky because of that.
And Nichushkin not in the game prior to that. Oduya. Gonchar has him pinned. Hjalmarsson puts it deep. Kane. Jordy Ben following him out to Oduya. Shot, and Lettinen got out there to keep the puck and sawed away.
You really have to watch that against the Hawks. Wherever the defenseman has the puck, it's the offside guy going to the net. Kind of a backdoor play. They scored a bunch of times against the Stars that way last year.
Daly shot up and down the boards. Oduya lost it as Daly skates back to find it.
He's everywhere.
Stars turn it over, and they are just offside. Brandon Peary at the line.
Into the middle when Kane's on the ice. Not a good idea. Watch this off to the left-hand side, just waiting for it. The Stars did not have him picked up. Sawed their bright young power forward, and Lettinen out of his crease, or at least on the lip of it, to steal a bit of that ice away from the Blackhawk forward.
Cody Eakin getting down and too far, or encroaching over, says Jay Scherers. So Chiasson will try, the Chicago captain, and beat him.
He was almost sideways when he went in against Taves. I like that you got a rookie just eager to cheat. Take what they'll allow.
Darn right. Here comes Taves, picking his way through center. Sharp puts it down the boards. And Chiasson spit it back out to center ice, right to Letty. 35-year-old Czech Michael Rozival gave it to Taves. 6 goals in his last 8 games for the Hawks captain. Rozival prowling through center. Sharp all the way across. It's behind Hossa. Whitney wants to go, and he will go. 3 Stars with him at the line. Cody Eakin shooting just wide of the net.
That's where I think a lot of times Ray Whitney wants that puck back again. It goes to Eakin on the drive, and it goes right toward the net. If he gets it back, he's probably got a better spot where he can get to. Give him go hockey.
They're chunking it up along the boards. Taves rescues and gives it to Sharp, who has just 4 goals this season, but not for the lack of not shooting.
No, he gets his opportunities. He's got 20 shots in the last 5 games.
65 for the year. Beverly back out here with Ben and Seguin. Ben threw it up toward the line. Kruger was going to get rocked by Jordy Ben. And the puck finally flung back into Dallas ice. Gonchar to Jordy Ben. Up off a Hawk and deep. Jamie Benn shouldering with Seabrook. Ben got it along to Seguin. Kruger pursuing. He'll give it to Jordy for a pass to his brother Jamie. Couldn't get away from Keith. Seabrook up. Gonchar puts it back of the net. Keith protected it against Jamie Benn. Bolig having some trouble, and the Hawks clear it. Shaw put it to center.
Halfway through this opening period, the Stars are playing that road game at home. I mean, they're fortunate to get a couple of power plays early on, take a few of the Hawks out of the game.
And now they maul Shaw for the puck, but Keith helps get it back. Turns it out to Shaw at center ice. He fell with Fiddler in the vicinity, no call. Daly takes it from Kari Lettinen. Used the glass to get it up to Cole. Trying to find it at the Hawk line, and Fiddler was over first, offside. Shots are 8-4 Dallas midway through the first period, and Cody Eakin has the Stars up 1-0 at home.
Just a reminder as you enjoy a cold one to look forward to Miller time later in tonight's game. Brought to you, of course, by Miller Lite.
Thank you, Rich.
A couple of the winningest active coaches on the circuit in the game here tonight. In fact, Lindy Ruff sits third. Joel Quenneville, number one, with 670. They bookend some guy named Ken Hitchcock. You look at that list, though, Daryl Sutter in L.A. with 471. Barry Trotz in Nashville with 527 career wins is the only guy on that list that hasn't been fired.
Wow. That's true.
He's won them all with one club. Lindy could say that until last year when he was relieved of his duties in Buffalo and has stepped here in Dallas and is cattle prodding his team to continue with what has been successful lately. Even though they're back here in the friendly confines of American Airlines Center. And for the most part, again, outside of that one bad shift they had where they got pinned in their own zone, they've been very good here in the opening frame.
Very good lately. 2 points in 7 of their last 8 games, but the West is so tough. They picked up only 1 point on the top 8. They were 5 points out of the top 8 before this run began. They're now 4 points out of the top 8. Everybody in the West keeps winning. Brandon Perry took it off Letton's blocker, and the Stars' Garbutt closed on Kane. Nichushkin couldn't rip it up. Saad cutting to the middle. Saad shot it. Pad save Letton, and it's cleared.
What a stop. To fight through Peary in front of the net, jousting with Trevor Daley.
Icing here against Dallas.
Yeah, the big guy's the real deal. He's only given up 9 goals in 5 home games, and he's made a couple of dandy saves. This is a stretch play by the Chicago Blackhawks to set this up. You see where their forwards are at the far blue line. Chip it in, get the puck in behind Dallas, and then go after it on their forecheck.
Chicago wins the face-off. Sharp, Taves, Hossa out there for Joel Quenneville. Sharp in the corner, nowhere to go. Left it for Roosevelt. Back out, Sharp shot it, blocked wide. Daley has Taves, slipped the puck to Hossa. Goligoski tapped it toward the corner. Daley has position on Taves, but he's held up. Sharp puts it back in the net. Taves tried to go out the far side. Horkoff was waiting for it, and he'll send Nichushkin in a race with Leddy. Leddy got there, and Nichushkin stumbles. Leddy turned it over at center ice right to Val, who attempted a pass to Eakin on his way to the bench. Shaw spins it back. And Kane knocks it over in a rapidly moving first period. Not a lot of stoppages. Robidas is pumped in the corner. Shaw leads them in hits. Not a lot of center icemen lead their teams in hits, but he does.
They're not an overly physical team. They got a couple of guys that like to rock the body, but you don't hit a lot when you have the puck a lot, too.
Here's Bickle. Around the net, back out for Keith. Chason got a stick on it. Takes the pass from Eakin, but he's jammed at the Dallas bench. Robida up through the middle. Missed Whitney, but it's deflected apparently, and so no icing. Both teams changing, and here comes Seabrook. Surveying his options, hands it to Johnny Oduya. Up the middle, Bolig. Directs it in. Smith going in there hard in the corner. Gonchar makes the play. Sagan upended. And a penalty coming up against the Hawks. Another one. Their third minor of the first period, and here comes Sagan. Extra attacker is coming as Sagan shuts it down at the line, and then he is drilled by Bolig along the boards.
Just get up, dust yourself off, and move on. Quenneville will be incensed with the, chase things aspect of this opening period from his side. Third minor. This one taken way down in the attacking zone. Went in on the forecheck. They had good things going on, and stick into skates. Trips up Sagan. Stars go to the power play. At some point, it's going to end. The great power play goal famine at American Airlines Center.
Maybe right here. Sagan a shot and a save. Crawford. Hossa clears it. They're 0 for 2 in the first period, but the lone goal came just seconds after the expiration of the minor.
These are the games, though, where you feel that you don't want to look back at the end of the game and say you should have got more.
Whitney fires that. Oduya can't clear it. Shaw will off Peverley to center ice. Oduya's stick is broken. He goes to the bench. Keith steps out. Jamie Benn forced to the line. Held it in. Sagan pumped that one right off shot. Goes to Whitney back of the net. Handing it out for Peverley. Now to Goligoski straight away. Ben standing in front of Crawford. Goligoski gives it to Seguin. All the way across to Whitney and a save Crawford.
What a stop. What puck movement. Had it singing.
Yarmulson to the line, but not out. Whitney to Goligoski. Seguin a drive. Blocked by Yarmulson again.
That hurt.
And he can barely keep himself on his skates. Jamie Benn to Seguin. They work his side. Now to Goligoski. Pulled it down, gave it to Seguin. Wanted to go across. Now he fires. Save Crawford. Benn back of the net. Swings it out to Whitney. 45 left on the power play, and the Stars have him running around. Whitney on top to Seguin. Slap pass. Yarmulson got to it. Shaw can't clear it, and finally they do poke it out past Seguin.
Well, just as Seguin was going to support and help Peverley, Peverley tried to get him the puck, and the Hawks get out of trouble.
Seabrook, unchallenged, just ragged it and then pumps it down. 5 minutes left in the opening period. Shots are 11-4 Dallas, helped by 3 Stars power plays, but they're 10 seconds away from going 0 for 3. Trevor Daley using his wheels to move down the wing. Shot it around the boards. Horkoff holding it in. Gave it to Eakin. Ricochets in front to Daley. Couldn't get the shot away. Seabrook had him. Kruger's on. Power play is over, and Daley flung it over the top of the net. Eakin trying to keep Taves away. He'll toss it to the Dallas line. Yeah, some squandered opportunities, but it looked better. Gonchar ahead. Roussel catches up to it. Holds it along the wall as he waits for reinforcements. Now Vern Fiddler back of the net. Shook Rosaball. Puck came right back to Rosaball, and Dillon pinching along the boards. Puck forced to center ice. Chase on toward Fiddler. Strips Leddy. Rosaball. Funny hop out of the corner for the Hawks and out to center ice. Fiddler was on his way for the change. He couldn't play that puck. Here he gives it to Rosaball.
It's a good thing he didn't play it, too. That's usually when the guy just stepped on and he plays it and you get nailed for too many men, especially when you've had 3 power plays in a row.
Dallas has their big line out here. And Shaw moves past Seguin. Goligoski stumbles at the line, but then recovers to knock Shaw to the ice.
I think he stumbled, too. Maybe it was the ice.
Right there. Backhand shot hits Jamie Benn, goes wide. Bickle to Kane, back of the net. Kane stepping out. Kane, Seguin swatted it off his stick. Yarmulson to the net. Save Lettinen. Loose puck. Kane punched it at the goal. Save Kari, and he's got it. And another goal line stand for Lettinen and the Stars.
Nice little manipulation by Yarmulson.
3:17 remaining in the first. 1-0 Dallas in Dallas.
The Big Finn with a key save on an unlikely bid. Stars thought they had him all defense. Seguin didn't realize Hjalmarsson had come down the back door. Little chip to the chest of Kari Lettinen. 3 things you should know about Big Kari. No Finnish-born player has ever been taken first overall. He went second in 2001 to Atlanta, the highest ever. He likes to go fast. Finns in general love their motorsports.
Yep.
And he had his goalie union priorities straight at a very tender age when he traded a Wayne Gretzky card for a Felix the Cat Potvin card.
Why wouldn't he? Oh, Taves severs. Hossa scores. Fourth thing is he doesn't like that. And it's 1-1.
Well, he's the guy who dominated the Stars in the season series last year. Taves, it all starts with him, off face-offs especially. They get rotating. I think Hossa ended up the second star in each of the games against Dallas last year. You know, they had coverage, but it's stare at the puck coverage. Dillon, instead of going stick on puck, has his stick up in the air. Sweet little pass in tight that probably shouldn't get through, and Hossa barreling down the back door makes him pay.
3-time 40-goal scorer. That is his 7th of the season. And the game is tied at 1. Lettinen swept it around. Taves and Hossa still looking for it again. Deep. Sharp will get the other assist on the play. He's got the puck in the corner. Seguin digging in with Hossa. Dillon said he enjoys the challenge of playing against these guys. Now it's Sharp. Taves back of the net. Seguin gave him a bump. Hossa goes out to the line with it. Hjalmarsson gave it away. Hossa off to Oduya. They crisscross. Taves in the corner. Back out, and Peverley chips at the center. Chicago getting their legs under them a little bit here.
Well, you know, the one thing the Stars were able to do with their power play is at least control the game and dictate it. They didn't score on it.
There's Kane dictating. Seabrook shot it. Blocked in front. Horkoff and Garbutt will go. Garbutt racing down the wing. Keith saw it coming, made the play with his stick.
Well, his skating ability allows him to hold a gap like that. I mean, he was skating backwards, stride in stride with Garbutt. That's not easy to do.
Kane shot off Lettinen. Keith misses the net wildly. Garbutt stretched out with Seabrook. Works it deep for Peary. For Kane back of the goal. Saad between the circles. Kane again on his backhand. Feathers it out to Keith. A shot deflected wide. That hit Goligoski in front. And the Stars will pump it down, and it dies just wide of the net. Icing indeed against the Stars.
Well, they're a rich veteran winning club, and you know they absorbed the body shots from Dallas with the power play opportunities. They've come back with back-to-back solid shifts. Good block by Goligoski on a difficult play to defend after that pass up top. You know, led by their captain and their top line. They feel just dandy. 1-1 late in the opening period in Dallas, where they were shorthanded for 6 minutes.
You bet. Shaw beats Horkoff. Roosevelt looking for a lane or an alley to shoot it. He does. Lettinen guarding the post made the stop.
Lots of people heading to the net on that one.
Nichushkin lost it at center ice, and Brookbank tosses it back in. Daly and Shaw in the corner. Jordy Ben has Bickle back of the Dallas net. Brookbank lurking in front of it. Now he drifts toward the strong side of the ice. Back of the net, Bickle shot it off the side of the goal. Final minute of the first period. Horkoff pumps it out to center ice, and Nichushkin pursues Leddy in Chicago ice. The Dallas line, Jordy Ben. Gives it to Sergei Gonchar. Up ahead to Roussel, who made the catch but couldn't sneak past Roosevelt at the line and then goes bashing into him. Ben from center, Jordy. Up ahead to Alex Chiasson. Chances have been there, but the goals have not lately for young Chiasson. Whitney trying to put it toward the front of the net. Bollig chipped it out. Kruger slows. Smith goes to the front of the net. Lettinen makes the stop.
He was trying to do two things at once on that one.
Yeah. Here comes Whitney. Pulls up toward Eakin, who's bumped off the puck by Oduya. Kruger from center ice will toss it in at Kari Lettinen. He'll give it to Dillon. And the Stars will settle for a 1-1 first period tie.
Well, the challenge for the Stars is to make sure that they don't go in and feel frustrated that they didn't get more out of those three power play opportunities. They generated 5 shots over the 6 minutes of power play time they had. Hey, it's a 40-minute game now. Just move forward. Tied after 1 is always good on the road, right?
Yeah, and it is like they're on the road. Just 1 game at home here for the Stars between 2 3-game road trips. And it's 1-1 after 1 for the Stars and the Chicago Blackhawks. Stars and the Hawks are tied at 1 after 20 minutes. Tonight's AT&T U-verse Rewind. The tower buzzing Val Nichushkin.
Yeah, you know, he's trying to get his game under him here tonight, but so far this season, one thing that has been notable is that he drives the net with the puck. He might stare the puck into the ice a little too much. He gets in tight, can't quite twist him past netminders. I think it's ironic that he's had all those chances in tight, and yet his goal came from about 40 feet away on a wrist shot. He's going to learn either to elevate it or slip it between guys' legs in tight, but man, does he generate chances with that big swooping move to the net.
A little 3-game point streak going as he comes into play tonight. His first career goal in Ottawa from distance, and then assists in both Boston and Detroit.
Well, I think especially a guy like him, you know, your skilled guys, when they're not on the ice all that much early in the period, with all those power plays the Stars had, and you didn't get much time in there. I think you had 1 shift in the early going. It just takes them out of the rhythm a little bit. Sometimes can take a while to get going. See how long Lindy Ruff sticks with those 3rd and 4th lines and attack the way they started.
Tyler Seguin wins the draw. Taves especially strong in the first period. Chicago won 9 of 12 in the circle. And Jamie Benn finds it, and he falls in Chicago ice. Seguin came over, tried to rip it. It ricochets off Sharp to center. He's got Taves heading in against Stefan Robidas. Into the corner they go. Dillon back of the net as Robidas shields Taves. There's Jamie Benn with a good pass ahead to Peverley at the line. Seguin driving to the front of the net. Hjalmarsson got back with his stick.
Really needed that lead toward the net, somewhere where Seguin could skate into it. Nice crisp pass by Dillon to spring that initially.
He has it again. And he'll slide it over to Robidas. They co-lead the Stars +5 each coming into play. Chicago has the puck at Ben Smith, eliminated by Stefan Robidas.
Hawks have always been a real dangerous second period club too. They change well. They change with an idea that offense is going to be slanted a little bit. So everyone always talks about the long change for your D. For them, it's the short change for their forward.
They've outscored the opposition 25-13 in the middle frames this year. Smith back of the net. Kruger drifting toward the front of it, now behind it. Robidas locks him up. Keith in the corner to Kruger, back of the goal. Eakin following him, shoves him to the boards. Dillon went out there a little bit. Whitney relays it down and gives those two a chance to get off. Duncan Keith leads Chicago with 12 assists. No goals yet this season for Keith. Saad shot it over. He had Peary in the zone who has to tag up and now chases Daly. Alex Goligoski banks it ahead. Garbutt going in there with Roosevelt. Sprayed it to the boards. It gets past Nichushkin to the line for Goligoski, and his shot off a stick and into the screen over Corey Crawford's head and then back off his leg and into the net.
Luongo gave up an odd one the other night like that, crawled up the net and went in. The Stars haven't been giving up much lately. Their last 8 games, that's since the loss in Anaheim. Just one regulation loss. That was the 2-1 defeat in Montreal. Only 2 power play goals allowed in that span. Third periods in past 60 have been their MO.
Jordy Benn shot it into the pile in front. It hit Roosevelt. Brookbank with a lead pass to Bickle. Going to do some business with Gonchar. Can't get around him. Bickle pivots in the corner. Gonchar had the man. Nichushkin watches it go and then chases Leddy for it. Leddy, the Eden Prairie, Minnesota native, formerly a first-round pick of the Minnesota Wild, but they let him go. Got Cam Barker back.
Barker's playing in the KHL.
Lettinen up the boards. Nice little chip play from Eric Cole to Spring Fiddler. Roussel digging in with the aforementioned Leddy. Roussel unable to see the net with Smith, or with Bickle on him. Shot didn't get through.
Good work by Hjalmarsson.
Fiddler, a drive. That hits Cole on its way to the net. Dillon pumps it. That's blocked. Roussel trying to tap it back to Fiddler, and the Hawks have Hossa breaking at center ice. Robidas beat him to the dot. It's icing against Chicago, giving us a chance to remind you that you can step up your game and watch the Stars from a luxury suite. Suites accommodate groups from 12 to 50 people, and packages start at just $150 a person. Big night out. Call 214-GO-STARS extension 3. Look at the fun they're having.
It is a big packed night in here this evening.
Daly shot it right into Crawford's glove, but he lost the rebound. Horcoff, who scored the other night in Detroit, and Peverley whacked it over the top. Goligoski down to challenge. Bickle pushing it forward to Hossa on the wing. Seguin back to defend, and he breaks it up, but Taves is charging down the boards. Hossa's back of the net, and the Stars cut him off. Seguin and Goligoski. Seguin threw it out to center ice. Horcoff left it. Here comes Seguin. Watched by 2 Hawks. He shut it down. Steps away from Sharp. Hjalmarsson watching him. He goes to Goligoski. A shot. Saved Crawford, and no rebound.
And a good thing for the Chicago Blackhawks. This was nicely set up all the way up the ice. Horcoff was the guy right in front of Crawford trying to tip it. He protected the puck, allowed Seguin to come and grab it. Little button hook to buy time. They pump it out to the point. Lots of time for Goligoski and a window to put it through. Better look from in behind the net. Horcoff goes in front. You can see Crawford work to get his eyes around Horcoff's frame and find that puck.
Eakin and Kruger digging in. Whitney was held up. Seabrook got the reverse from Keith. Shot it out to center right to Jordy Ben. Short pass to Eakin. Lost it in his skates. Bollig couldn't find it. Whitney backs in. Taps it on to Eakin. Steps past Keith for a backhander that Crawford swallows.
You know, I watched Corey Crawford now. He was splendid in the playoffs for them. I mean, he could have been the Conn Smythe Trophy winner, no question about it. He seems less stiff than before. You know, he used to really look kind of like everything on his body was tense, and now he looks a little more relaxed in there. He's learned how to focus more within the game and within the season. He's turned into a upper echelon netminder and a workhorse.
1.84 goals against in 23 playoff games last year. That'll get it done. Saad bumped. Kane with Horcoff on his back. Swept it back of the Dallas net. Kane in search. Nichushkin worked it forward. Horcoff unable to get it out. Saad deep. Perry has Kane busting in front, and Goligoski got his stick there. Kane would have been alone. Patrick Kane bumped it forward. Perry a shot. Lettinen steadied himself to find it. Goligoski to the line. It hops to center ice for Garbutt, who can't get the pass through to Nichushkin. Keith shut it down, and Perry recognizes it in his skates and shoots it in.
They closed the middle of the ice well.
Long pass to Chiasson, who I thought was offside at the line, but was not. Rozabal, it's his way past Whitney. Lettinen stops it back of his net. Kari had to reverse it because Taves knocked down his initial pass. Leddy from the line holding in Chiasson's clearing attempt, but now he grabs it, and here come the Stars 3-on-2 as they hit the line. Whitney cutting to the middle, left it for Eakin. He shoots it, save Crawford, rebounds there, and he pounces on it.
Good chance. 3 in a row on Crawford. This starts up ice. Sharp was the high forward. They're very good at keeping a guy in that gap in the middle. They come back, but the Stars change the point of attack. Little crisscross between Eakin, who stays on side with the trail leg, and Ray Whitney. They rip it on net up in the throat area. Eakin has been great. He's such a good two-way player. His tracking ability, and he can hustle to get up on the attack as well. He says he has to caution sometimes coming back too far and then having too far to go on offense.
Robidas shoots this. Ben's back of the net. Ben Sagan and Peverley. Hjalmarsson finds it, knocks it around the boards.
They've seen this D pair almost exclusively tonight from the Hawks.
Oduya and Hjalmarsson. Peverley, no, offside.
Feels like it's a herky-jerky game tonight.
Yeah.
It's not a track meet. I think Lindy Ruff's probably okay with that. He's been happy with the outcomes, obviously, when your team's on a run like this and they're winning. He talked about character wins, the way they've gone about their business, but surely he doesn't want this teeter-totter of success that you can have when you're winning by these fine margins to go to the totter side. I believe it's the totter side that's the bad.
Yes, which I never remember.
Teeter's good.
Okay. Well, teeter just sounds more positive than totter.
Because it's sort of like teeter.
Right.
I think that's the up, and then the totter is down.
I think you're right.
We'll look that up.
Yes. See if
Waddle get on that.
Stars have the puck. Jordy Ben. Roussel sealed up on his way to the puck. Crawford moves it around up the boards. Gonchar down on the pinch against Bickle. Roosevelt snaps it ahead. Kane past Robidas, but Fiddler's there to cover for the Stars. And now he'll lead the attack back in. Buys the line, and then Roussel's stick is held by Roosevelt. Hossa up to Taves, and now Sharp. Look out, here they come. Hossa opening up. He got the shot away, and another centering feed off Lettinen. He made 2 stops.
Stars got caught on a change, chasing back to the net.
Peverley trying to use his stick. He rips it free. He's got Ben in front, but now Ben goes to the boards to shoot it into the corner. There's a stick on the ice. Sagan sends it back to Robidas, and that shot's blocked on its way in by Oduya. Sagan. Now Ben following up. Down to Sagan. He shoots. He hit the crossbar. Or did he?
It's in.
He scores. I'll say it. And the Stars lead it 2-1. Yeah, I had that.
Well, this line came tramping onto the ice and chasing back to the net. Peverley just got enough of Hossa on the original bid from the slot, but that push by the Hawks top line forced them to chase back to the other end. The Stars got mucking around a little bit. Nice puck. What great awareness by Jamie Benn. Draws 3 Hawks to him, and then Seguin goes dinner bell. Ding, ding, down. What a goal.
So Tyler Seguin puts Dallas up 2-1. They're looking for more. Horcoff to Garvin. Unable to make the play in front of the net. The puck was in the air.
Nice, quick, brisk transition by Daly and company that time.
For Seguin, that's his team-leading 7th. And Ben, what a pass, oh, by the way. Chicago flushing the puck to center ice. And Robidas picking up an assist. So the defensemen have been active lately, picking up assists for the Stars.
Well, they've moved the puck better. We talked about it in the pregame. Moved the puck better the last few games.
Now they move it again, and they can't cram it home. And the puck is shot out of play. We'll sort all this out when we come back. Here's the goal by Tyler Seguin. Boom. And it's 2-1 Dallas.
Is bright, and I would say happening right now. Team's getting the most production from the 24 and younger set. Stars right there with the Tampa Bay Lightning up top. Tampa Bay, they've scored 28 goals, 13 of those from Stamkos. So one guy. Here in Dallas, Seguin with his latest venomous wrister. No chance at all. We were saying during the break, these shallow chalk nets are the bane of every broadcaster in the league.
Yeah,
it's in and out like a trampoline.
You know, I got to adjust. So Kane shot the puck out of play. The Stars go on their 4th power play of the game. They were 0 for 3 in the first, but they did score upon the expiration of the second. Kruger short-handed. Dallas is still looking for their first home power play goal of the season. That's hard to believe. And they're having trouble getting started.
Well, the other part that's hard to believe is they've been as successful here at American Airlines Center as they have with a completely dormant power play.
They're 3-1-2 in 6 home games. Peverley will try it down the wing, all the way over to Jamie Benn. Benn cutting to the net. Benn backhanded it just wide and then was upended as Oduya's clearing attempt hits Benn. Wanted Seguin, and Oduya recovers.
The old trying to do 2 things at once again there. What a special entry that was. That line looks like they're starting to really get roaring here tonight.
Kruger hassling and forcing a tough pass that hits Chiasson. Midway through Kane's minor. Here comes Goligoski. To the line, Chiasson barreling in after the puck. Crawford thought about playing that.
Well, they don't win a ton of faceoffs. Maybe that was in the back of his mind. Seabrook's like, hey, just freeze that thing. Stars have been good with faceoffs and their entries on the power play. Seguin, stop it here. Seguin lets it go through. I don't know why I have a telestrator. Lets it go through to the far side. What's this sweet little play? Knows they've got a gap through the middle. He's going to draw coverage. Benn grabs it, wanted it right back again. There was no lane, though, for Benn to get it back into him.
Chiasson and Kruger to Crawford's left. Chiasson wins it. Eakin. Gonchar. Eakin shot it, save. Rebound loose. Chiasson scrambling. Now Horcoff spins. Can't find the puck. Eakin will. Challenged by Schott. Went to Keith, and down it goes. That was a good look. 25 left on the 4th power play of the game for Dallas. Chicago has yet to enjoy the man advantage. I would suspect that's coming. Horcoff slid it down the boards. And the Hawks cleared. Well, the Stars did not take a penalty in Detroit. So it carries on here. Daly with the pass ahead to Eakin. Into the Chicago zone, left it for Chiasson, gets it back as Kane steps on. He lingered for a second at center ice, and now he'll turn toward the Dallas line, and Hjalmarsson tries to hit him. Daly recovering against him. Eakin taking over at his own line. Barreling forward into the Chicago zone against Johnny Oduya. Slid it off to Roussel. Left it along the boards. Robidas there to gallop and pick it up. Back of the net, out of Roussell's reach. Dallas continues its change, and Fiddler pops it into the corner. Hjalmarsson out to the line. It hops Brendan Dillon's stick. Sharp racing for it. Dillon trying to get there with Robidas. They do, but right to Kane. Centered for Taves. Save Lettinen, and it bounces in. And the Hawks tie the game. On another one that's tough to see. It's 2-2.
I think the Stars knocked this into their own net. This is classic over pursuit. The wheels of Patrick Sharp set this up. That's him. Giddy up to pressure the puck. But the Stars come back. They come back deep in their own zone instead of picking up people away from the puck. I think this was just a complete puddle of gook for Eric Cole. Came back, got caught in between. They leave the man alone in front of the net, Taves, and then he ends up backing the puck in behind Kari Lettinen. The ugliest goal maybe ever that Jonathan Taves has scored has tied this game.
So goals from Hossa and Taves for the Blackhawks. 2-2 game. Dillon shot it. Saved Crawford. It goes straight in the air. Peverley couldn't get to it. Roosevelt does. Sharp clears. Taves at center ice. Turned away at the Dallas line. Sharp shot it across. Seguin moved it over to Robidas, who retreats. That's her 19-13 Dallas in a 2-2 game midway through it at American Airlines Center. Peverley's shoot-in hits Oduya. Stars throw it away in their own zone. This is trouble. Shot from Bickell and a save Lettinen. Seguin and Ben trying to go. 4 Hawks back. Hjalmarsson wouldn't give them the line. And
man, did they track back, though. They had 2 forwards barreling back to help that D stand up.
Robidas shot it around and then was shoved when he was off balance.
That was the thing that everybody tries to emulate now with this club, and they probably just copied the Detroit Red Wings with it too, which is, you know, their defending speed is as impressive as their attacking speed.
Here's Nichushkin looking, but Keith gets it ahead. Peary bunts it in. And Jordy Ben takes a look from behind his net. Taves from Kane and Sharp. Taves 9th. Horcoff gave it to Nichushkin. Fell off his stick. He's trying to shoot it. Saad will answer. Perry down the wing. Kane heading for the front of the net. So is the puck. It's loose, and a weak backhander from Saad is absorbed by Kari Lettinen. 7:48 left in the second period. Some crazy moments here tonight. But the Stars tied with Chicago 2-2 at American Airlines Center.
The midway point of this one between the Hawks and the Stars at American Airlines Center. No shock that it's a tight one the way these clubs have gone about their business. Both have played in 10 one-goal games. Of course, from my memory, most overtime games end up being a one-goal hockey game.
Okay.
The Hawks 5-1-4 in their 10 one-goal games, and the Stars 6-2-2. And this seems to be trending in that direction here tonight.
Period. Cody Eakin to Kari Lettinen's left. Chicago wins the faceoff. Leddy from the line to Roosevelt. Whitney didn't give him a lane. Daly buckling up Saad in the corner. Perry harassed by Cody Eakin, who makes the play to get it ahead. There goes Whitney into the zone. Chason digs right for the front of the net. Goligoski couldn't center the puck. Now he again tried to throw it in front. Roosevelt blocks. There's had a couple of people right in front of the net. Center ice. Ray Whitney overskates the puck. Saad back across the Dallas line. Shot it. Goligoski used the stick. Kane whipped it. Ricochets in front. Lettinen made the stop. Peary tried to cram it home, and Lettinen trailed that pad. Penalty coming up. Is it against Chicago again?
It is. Goligoski got tripped up, it looked like, in behind that line by the rookie Peary. Stars are fortunate. They didn't give up another goal. They, again, in position, but not doing anything. Proximity doesn't get it done defensively. Goes to the front of the net, you know, chase back to the net. They give up a lot of interior position. Lettinen's trailing leg stoned the guy who eventually took the minor penalty after it went in behind the net.
Brandon Perry's first minor of the season results in Dallas's 5th power play of the game. They're 0 for 4, 0 for 22 at home, and Chicago has not been on the job yet. A goal would be so helpful here.
Well, these usually, and I hate to even state this, but they usually turn into either they pop the balloon or they give one up, trying to be too aggressive in getting it. It's a mental thing right now for this group.
Beverly, beautiful saucer feed from Ben, but he's stifled by Oduya. Sagan goes into the corner, so does Beverly with Oduya and Hjalmarsson. Back of the net, Jamie Benn. Shaw overtakes him. Ben throws the shoulder right back on him and then takes the puck away. Tripped up, Kruger moves it out.
That should have been a penalty.
Whitney to Ben at the line. Sagan busting through. Puck goes to the boards and Taves leaves it for Oduya. To the line, Whitney with the keep. Down to Ben, shooting, save Crawford with the arm. No one was sure where that puck went. Shaw was. They'll work it ahead toward Taves. Gonchar back to get it. Chicago has not scored a shorthanded goal this season. Taves looking for a little something there. Gonchar pitched it past Hossa.
Usually the Hawks, when you watch them kill, they force the puck carrier to his backhand coming up the ice. So they can't make plays like Chason just tried to do on his forehand into the middle.
Hossa's
most good penalty killing tries to do that. And they've been good tonight.
They're about to go 5 for 5.
Stars have 7 shots on the 5 power plays.
Chason gave it off to Eakin, a shot. Saved Crawford with the stick. Barkov with 10 left on the man advantage. Robidoff. Chason way out. Gave it to Daly, got it back, shoots it just wide. Eakin rescuing again. Power play is over. Robidoff firing, save Crawford. He'll hold it. Under 5 minutes to play in the second period. The Stars are 0 for 5 on the power play, but tied 2-2 with Chicago.
Here's what you really need to know about the Stars power play. Jordie Benn has a power play goal. Jamie Benn doesn't have one yet. Yeah. And, you know, good for Jordie. Actually, Jordie, both of his goals in the NHL are power play goals. But a struggling power play, this thing will get healthier when Jamie Benn is cashing in with the extra man a little more often. This has gone from bad to sour to worse on home ice because it's just one after another that they can't cash in on.
Fiddler and Sharp. Chicago wins the puck in their own zone. Hjalmarsson got it ahead. Dillon cutting off Hossa along the boards. Hossa bumped as he walked into Roussel. Taves got it up. Hossa makes the catch with the skate neatly. Shoots it in on Lettinen. Yep. Why not cover it?
You know, the way the Hawks have gone about their business, they played 8 of their first 10 games against the Eastern Conference, and that had to really help them, you know, playing deep into the playoffs, shortened season last year, winning the Cup, all the celebrations in the summer. The last thing on earth they need is night after night measuring stick games against the Western Conference. So they were able to just really rely on skill and their abilities and win some games out there. They've been a real good road team, and they're showing that here again tonight.
Coming into play today, there were 8 Western Conference teams with enough points for the 1 seed in the East. That's how dominating they've been. Whitney tucks it into the corner. Shaw comes up with the puck. Rosabal forced to retreat at his own line and then flings it over to Leddy. Comes to center ice.
The good thing about the Stars' failures with the power play is it doesn't seem to be demoralizing right now. Maybe they're just getting used to it. They half expect it.
Well, here's another 2 minutes. Leddy, nowhere to go. Gave it to Kane. Tossed it off. Bickle, a shot. Stopped by Lettinen in front.
Boy, that interchange just froze everybody in Victory Green.
Stars are in on side. Eakin. Stick came out of Kane's hand, and then Eakin was buried along the board.
Boy, Cody Eakin's made a couple of really strong plays here in the second period. That one there, stick to stick on Leddy, and he won the puck.
Gonchar on his backhand deep in the zone. Back of the net, Roosevelt had a step, but he slammed by Jamie Benn. Leddy tossing it out, and yes, icing against Chicago.
Well, they forced this icing because Ben came out, physical play on the forecheck, and then Nichushkin with the, on the other side with Peverley trying to force an issue on that side. They're able to hurry up the Hawks coming out of their own zone. Timeout taken here. They've been out for a while. So with the Stars sitting there with their top line on the ice, 2-2 game, late second period, they'll talk things over. Allows this group to have their little chit-chat too about winning the draw. What do you want to do? This is like a bunch of guys on a pond, isn't it?
Yep.
Here's what we'll do. We can win this draw. Seguin and Benn at home. You know, the Stars have had their success. They cashed in here early in the second period in the go-ahead goal. Lots of shots, not a ton of goal scoring. It's the 5th goal scored between the two of them. Pretty setup. Let's see what they've dialed up for this one. You notice they kept the coaches out of that conversation.
Yeah.
If you stay far enough from the bench, you can just do it yourself.
Here's their best face-off man tonight, Seguin, but he can't beat Kruger. Peverley went into the corner. Roosevelt makes the turn. Seguin holds it in, and Ben unable to grab it. Bickle to center ice. Chicago can get their change. Jordy Benn back for the puck. Around the net for Gonchar. Under 3 minutes to play in the second period. Good game tonight. Jamie Benn takes the pass from his brother. Shot it toward the net. Crawford holds it, but with just Hawks in front of him, they were slow to give him the whistle.
He laid it in there. It was easily smothered. Ben wants another peek at that one. There are better plays than that. The tail end of that mustache is coming in pretty good on Ben too.
Have you seen Cody Eakins?
No. Did a cat lick it off?
You can't even. Yeah, he's been at it for about a week, and
it's Movember.
There it is.
Oh, there you go.
Yeah, there it is.
He's not exactly Lanny McDonald, is he?
No. Big tumble off the face-off, and Nichushkin finds the puck, snaps it out to Goligoski, and the puck deflected wide. It changed directions twice on Crawford. Goligoski shoved to center ice as Smith pushed him that way. Bowling hounding, and Daly returning it to Goligoski, who appears to be getting back in form. And an icing. It's a close play, but Seabrook had it at the dot, I guess.
Well, it was a mixed message pass off the boards up the ice anyway. The Goligoski was anticipating a winger going to the boards and instead went to the middle, and then there was your race. And the race with the hybrid icing, they're going to talk it over at the general managers meeting this week as to how it's working at this level in the first 15 to 20 games.
What do you think?
I haven't noticed it all that much. I don't know. Yeah. It seems fine. I haven't seen anybody get injured in behind the icing line chasing one down, so that's good. That's why it's in there.
That's the point. And here is power play number 1 for the Hawks.
And it's when it comes, too, huh? Just the eyelash over 2 minutes to go in the second period. Comes off of an icing. The collection of Hawk fans applauding the decision. Daly there on Taves. Taves initiates the contact. Trevor Daly's got a pretty good seatbelt on him. He's trying not to foul at the same time. Draws the call.
Hawks are top 10 overall and second on the road at 27.8%. Penalty killing has been a very strong part of Dallas's game.
This is Pat Kane's show, if you will.
Oh, it popped up to the side of the net. Now loose behind it. Chason finds it. And out ahead to Eakin with Keith back. Robidas jumping up to join. And Chicago taking it away, stripping Eakin. Dallas has the best home penalty killing in the league. Shaw pushed it over. They score!
Patrick Kane.
Again. His team leading 4th on the power play, and Kane gives the Hawks a 3-2 lead.
This is almost cliche the way this one is unfolded. Stars with all the power play opportunities. The Hawks get their first late in the second. Stars over pursuit. Forget about everybody away from the puck. Shaw with a bright play in the middle. Gets it, nudges it, bang. Good look at Patrick Kane in full regalia. Flying up the ice. You could see him ask for it. Left shot over on the right wing side. Spins and rips it home. They get their go-ahead goal. It's a power play goal. He's been in on 8 of them for this season, or for the Hawks this season. That's a tough one to give up.
And that's 6 goals in his last 8 games. His team leading 10th. The big boys have found the net tonight. Shaw and Sharp again. So that's 3 assists for Sharp in the game. Chicago has their first lead.
He's tonight's Henrik Zetterberg.
Yes.
Play blown dead, and they'll start this thing over down in the corner. Did it? Everyone just stood there for a second.
Yeah.
Did it chip up into the netting? Stars have to collect themselves here. Make sure there's no more damage before the end of the period. Look who's right back out again for them. Taves their best face-off man, Sharp and Hossa.
Jamie Benn wins the face-off. Robida back to the net. Loose puck, Sharp. Taves from the line, and it bounces around again in front off Lettinen. Dylan clears. Oduya. 70 seconds left in the period. Hjalmarsson from Jamie Benn spinning the wrong way. Icing? No. Lettinen back to play it.
1 minute remaining in the second period.
Hossa knocked it down, and puck played with a high stick against the Hawks. It was Hossa, I think, getting his stick up.
A stuttering end to this second period. So both guys that we had billboarded heading into the game tonight have cashed in here in the second. Taves on an ugly one, and then Kane on a beauty on the power play. Hossa has their first goal. So, you know, when you're playing the Hawks and you look down and you're through 2 periods and Hossa, Kane, and Taves have the 3 goals, that's usually not a great recipe.
But the Stars are within a shot. And here they go. Nichushkin barreling in. Oh, and he passed it off to Horcoff. Now it's Horcoff to Nichushkin behind the line. Half a minute remaining in the period. Goligoski shot it, blocked. Saad handed it off, and they got Kane behind the Dallas defense. Patrick Kane in a pad save, Lettinen. One chance at one end, and a glorious chance for Kane. Shaw was calling for it at the Dallas line. 10 seconds left in the period. Daly will rag it and give it to Horcoff. So they find themselves within a shot. Ooh.
Well, they almost come back and get this back to even on a burst by Nichushkin, and then they're fortunate that Kane didn't pot his second of the last minute and a half. Stars turn it over, don't recognize or can't stay with Patrick Kane after Goligoski had hopped it to the net, tried to go 5-hole on Kari Lettinen, and he spit him aside. Important save, obviously.
So the Dallas Stars and the Chicago Blackhawks through 2. Hawks lead 3-2. Jamie Benn with Razor next. Chicago has twice erased Dallas's 1-goal leads. They've got goals tonight from Hossa, Taves, and Kane. Yes, the big 3 have all struck, and they're all out there to start the third period, Razor. And they're in the unenviable position. The Stars are having to come from behind again, and can they do it against this club? Beverly wins the face-off. It's Benn and Sagan out there with him. Stars have goals from Tyler Sagan and Cody Eakin, and the Stars misfire in their own zone. Dylan recollects. Hossa cuts it off. Gave it to Taves. Over to Sharp. To the line, Oduya. Hjalmarsson stepping away and firing. It's tipped by a stick in front of the net, and then goes to the corner where Sharp gathers it in. Gave it to Hossa in one motion over the top of the goal.
Boy, Marian Hossa comes up near the defenseman, kind of fades away a la Brett Hall, and then cruises back in the slot, and they find him. Tough to pick that guy up.
Puck drifts to center ice, and both teams make early third period changes. Jordy Ben will win this race to the dot, and the hybrid icing again kicks in.
Well, the Stars at least are in pretty familiar territory after 2 periods. You know, they were down 2-1 at the Joe after 2 periods, came back to win that one in overtime. They were down 2-1 late in Boston, won it in a shootout. They were up 3-2 in Ottawa, gave up a late goal and won it in overtime. And they were down 2-0 after 2 periods to Colorado the last time in this building and pushed it to overtime with a rally in the third.
Egan to Chiasson, back of the net. He'll bank it out to Jordy Ben. Stopped it with the skate, passed it off to Chiasson. Kruger chasing him. Gonchar slung it toward the net. It ricochets to Eakin, who flings it into the corner. Whitney had to wait for it to come off the dasher.
You don't see that very much in this building. That was one of Bob Gainey's things.
Right.
He had the glass pushed out toward the edge of the board so that pucks don't sit up on that ledge, and more so to protect players' faces.
Whitney makes a cute little play, and now Jordy Ben to Gonchar. A shot. It rockets wide of a screen Crawford. Whitney into the pile in front, off of it to Gonchar. Passing to Jordy Ben. Shooting wide of the net. Chiasson was there providing a screen. Whitney digging in the corner. Good shift out of this crew for Dallas. Playing exclusively in the Chicago zone until now. Keith out to center ice, but he turns it over to Gonchar. Up ahead to Whitney, who lingers late in the shift. Left it for Fiddler, who takes it back of the net. Vern Fiddler had a huge goal in Boston on the penalty shot to tie the game late. And the Stars would later win it in the shootout. Whitney again buying a little time. Goligoski and Daly inside the Dallas zone. Nichushkin getting past Perry, only to run into Saad. Nichushkin kicked it over to Horkoff. Fiddler goes to the front of the net. There's Nichushkin. The pass was cut off by Rosenwald. Up comes Kane. Getting past Goligoski. Centered it. Goligoski recovers with the skate. Then takes that pass away back of the net. It's coming from Fury. Stars shoot it out. Icing against Dallas.
One thing I noticed in watching the Hawks straight up, or juxtaposed, if you will, with the Stars, is when they're in the attacking zone and they have control, there is movement. It's kinetic. Everybody is on the move. And at times, the Stars get a little bit static, especially when pucks are at the point where they kind of hold ice or drop anchor in a certain spot, and it's very simplistic and try to get it in. It's easier for coverage that way defensively than it is when you've got multiple bogeys coming from all over the place.
Sean Fiddler to Kari Lettinen's right. Fiddler wins it. Goligoski played it up the boards. Fiddler taps it out on the feed from Nichushkin. Dallas will change.
Well executed.
Big line back out here for the Stars. Brookbank feeds it in. Jordy Ben reverses it and out to his brother. He's got Peverly at the line. Got him. He's in. Backhander saved Crawford.
What a pass.
Seguin took the hit, made the play. Ben tried to find it. Seguin poking after the puck, and it's cleared by the Hawks.
Boy, it's not easy to get that pass, slip past Duncan Keith. Perfectly placed.
Gonchar feeds Seguin. He'll whip it in. Crawford lost it. Peverly threw it in front, and the Hawks clear it out of harm's way as a couple of them dive. It's icing against Chicago, and another wacky play around one of the goals.
Well, two terrific opportunities for this top line, and Peverly in particular. A liberation pass up through the middle. He got it forced because he couldn't handle it clean on his forehand. He ended up having to just nudge a backhander in. Boy, what a great pass. Ben again. That's a bad spot to be in when you're trying to beat a goalie, though, all jammed up. And Crawford actually drug it in front of the net himself and swung it back around. Seabrook's taking a moment to get an edge put back on his skate at the Hawk bench. So it delays this. I mean, either fix it or change, they say. They gave him the time. I'm trying to hurry.
Off the icing, the Hawks get a little bit of a breather then. Go to Eakin, Jonathan Taves. Eakin wins it. Robidas shot it wide of the net.
Should never be allowed to do that, though, right?
No.
I mean, if it's an injury, you just change the guy. I mean, how would you allow... They're not going to get a change again, but why would you allow a guy to go over there and do that? I guess because they can't change the individual. There's no change. Otherwise, every guy would go over there and stick his leg over the board. Hey, my edge is gone.
And Joel Quenneville used his timeout already, so another icing against Chicago. Eakin wins the draw. Whitney goes out to Robidoux for a shot. Wide again.
I think that puck was up on end, so it probably knuckled in toward the Chicago net.
This one is not icing. Robidoux to play it. Lays it out for Eakin. Takes the line. Whitney was ahead of it. Offside. A bit too eager.
I think he just lost where he was at. He was staring so intently at Eakin trying to bring it in and just drifted a little bit. He's the oldest player in franchise history. Ray Whitney. Player, I might add. The great Gump Worsley was 44 plus, the goaltender.
Yeah, that's right.
But he passed Dean Prentice this year. Former North Star. Way back in the 70s, you got to go back to find that.
Yeah. The Gumper used to bake on game days, I'm told.
The Gumper's Andy Moog's idol. I know that. He used to have a hockey card of the Gumper in his stall. I remember that, Moger.
Yeah. Stars break it up. Aside Letnin's net. Taves found it. Roosevelt at the line. Hossa. Taves and Sharp. Just saying the name scares you. Hossa back of the net. He backhand shot, save, rebound, tap to Sharp, a shot, save Lettinen. Loose puck at the side of the net. Lettinen can't quite locate it. It goes to the line, and here's Roosevelt. Passing over to Keith. He'll shoot it. Deflects up and out of play.
There's that movement again. I mean, you know, smart players put it in areas where an individual is going to go. Horkoff should have just taken the minor penalty. I thought he gets it stuck in him. He probably had the clamp on him. Host is great at that. They just stick the arm down. But don't give up that chance. The Stars all just standing around. Lets his stick go rather than tug on it. He's going to the box for sure if he tugs on it. Change the point of attack. I don't know how Kari Lettinen stopped that through the body of Dillon in front.
Face off to Kari's right. Seguin beats Peary.
See Seguin get down on that face-off. He got called out by Lindy Ruff. He's been better since. I think he really chokes down on the stick to get more leverage on those draws.
It's about 60% tonight. Hjalmarsson shooting. Lettinen popped it out of there with the pad. Ben trying to go. Goligoski tracks the puck. Snapped it up to Peverley. It ricochets back to Goligoski, who finds Peverley. He's got a step on Peary, and into the Chicago zone he comes. Peverley toward the net. Hjalmarsson cut him off. And Crawford, I believe, was hit by his own player.
He was. O'Dewey just clobbered him.
Stars steal it back. Peverley does to Ben, working it toward the net. And Crawford's there to meet him. That one shot off Peverley's stick. Hjalmarsson pokes it forward. Here comes Patrick Kane. He's got Saad in front, and that one went off Seguin, I think, and Lettinen forced to make a spectacular stop.
Crawford had to stop his guy physically. Lettinen had to stop his guy off the baton. Boy, that's firing on the lifeboat there. Little saucer pass, a beauty. Into the general vicinity of Saad. And Lettinen takes it in the tummy. I'm sorry. I'm so sorry about that. It's a good Canadian boy. I always say sorry.
Yeah, I'm sorry. Cody Eakin had another big game tonight. Fires it toward Whitney. Shot it, saved Crawford. And again, he had a little trouble finding the puck.
He's had a few times. That means the Stars are getting to the net with bodies where he's fought to find it kind of late. Big guy. This line's been good. You mentioned Chiasson, who hasn't scored in a little while. He remains top four in offense amongst rookies. But remember, he had that 2-goal, 3-point outburst against Calgary here in the 5-1 win. He just 2 assists in the 7 games since.
Getting shots, but...
Well, you watch him, though. He can do other things. He kills penalties. He plays on the power play. He's great along the boards. He's usually attentive defensively.
Face-offs. Here comes Whitney against Roosevelt. Can't beat him. Gonchar. Another elder statesman for Dallas. Eakin finds the puck off Kruger. Dips the shoulder against Keith. Put it in front, and it's cleared away. Jordy Ben took a chance. Chiasson shoveling it, but right to Keith. And then Jordy Ben's there again. Good feed ahead to Eakin. Gave it to Whitney. Back to Eakin. And he bumped it wide of the net. Bollig dusted, but cleared it. Shots 26-26, 3-2 Chicago with 13 minutes to play. This angles in just off the side of the Hawk net, and it's icing by 2 inches.
Well, it wasn't a great first pass coming out of their own zone, and kind of a bank trying to set it up that way. So the Stars, with this crew on the ice, will have to handle the Hawks top line with another important face-off, this one to the right of Kari Lehtinen. There's a delay. There's a stick, an errant stick in behind the Hawk net. Crawford brings up. I think this is Eric Cole's first shift since that goal back in the second period.
Lays up to Kari's right. Fiddler and Jonathan Toews. Toews is their best face-off man, has been so tonight. Fiddler beat him. Cole trying to burst through the Chicago defense, forcing Crawford to come out and whip it to the boards, and then Crawford takes a tumble. He's getting back to his net as Garbage shot it wide.
Maybe because of the distance out of his net he was, they didn't call a penalty on Cole.
Dillon firing. Blocked by Leddy to the corner. Sharp tapped it out. Dallas regrouping in front of their own changing bench as Cole sends it back.
They've got Crawford a little bit perturbed. He got his wheels kicked out from underneath of him, and then Garbett and Crawford had words.
Goligoski shot it. Crawford makes the save with the glove. Crazy game for the Stars and the Chicago Blackhawks. And just another wild play, but a 3-2 Chicago lead.
Talked about Kane and Toews right off the hop tonight for the Hawks. Both have scored a goal in the game tonight. They've been scoring goals with regularity lately. It's Toews that does a lot of other things. Really brought him back to even and put him ahead. Toews goal, an ugly one. Good hustle. I mean, Sharp's been all over it here tonight, probably their best player. He gets to the net, doesn't he? Second effort to shove it in, went in off Cole, and then on the power play, Stars with not very good awareness away from the puck. You can see Brendan Dillon trying to direct traffic as Kane walked in on the power play, put him ahead 3-2. Could have been 4-2 at a late second period breakaway when he snuck in behind Goligoski, and Kari Lehtinen spit it to the side.
Kruger and Peverley to Crawford's left. Stars win the draw. Gonchar. His pass shot interrupted. Chicago turned it over, got it back. Ben Smith to center ice, put it down the boards. Bullock and Kruger are with him. Gonchar shoved him in hard. Ben. Pass winds up at center ice near Seguin. Gonchar drives it across. Seguin going in with Hjalmarsson in the corner. Chicago clears. 12 minutes to play in the third. Seguin can't get past Kruger. Smith reaching for it at the Dallas line. Goligoski tapped it away, and then Saad came in and ripped it over the top of the net. Keith shooting off the mark. Whitney delivers it back. Whitney had his first goal of the season in Ottawa, added an assist in Detroit, and now loses the puck at the Chicago line. Kane back in. Kane over to Saad.
Oh.
Save Lehtinen.
What a save.
Daly gets it ahead to Chiasson. The Stars have numbers. Eakin takes the line, left it for Chiasson, and then fires it on the return pass. Crawford kicked it to the corner. Seabrook cranks it out. Kane pitching it ahead again. Saad busting to the net. Perry's pass is blocked. Eakin on the wing for Whitney. Two Blackhawks come over to Whitney, and Seabrook comes up with the puck to hoist it into the Dallas zone. Brendan Dillon. Val Nichushkin, whose lone NHL goal came at Ottawa, and here he comes into the Chicago zone. Muscling with Roosevelt in the corner. Still battling, but Leddy comes up with the puck. Gonchar pinches, but it escapes. Dillon ahead of Bickle. Down the wing, Fiddler trying to speed to it. Leddy punches it out to center again. Stars reorganize. Horkoff chases Roosevelt into the Chicago zone with half a period to play. Brookbank allows it to get through neatly. Jordy Ben will skate it down for the Stars as the Hawks change. Here comes Jordy. Brothers right in front of him. Tried to find him at the Chicago line. Pressuring Hjalmarsson. Oduya spun it around. Peverley in a hurry. Kicked it back of the net for Ben. He's got Oduya on his back. It's slinked out. And so does Oduya with the puck. Taves into the Dallas zone. Slowing up. Shooting. Save Lettinen. Hossa tied up by Jamie Benn on his way to the net. Peverley's pass. Twice blocked. And Taves is back. Marian Hossa bought some time and then gave it away. Whitney takes the Hawk line. Got it back from Robida. Passing to Dillon, who shoots it. St. Crawford rebound loose, and off the scrambled Bollig has it for the Hawks, and he clears. Whitney, the first man back for the Stars.
Almost landed in his back pocket.
Robida cranks it on in. Seabrook back of the net, whips it around the boards. And Smith staggers into the Dallas zone and gets past Jordie Benn. He's got a man in front, but blocking that pass is Cole.
Had two guys going to the front of the net. Good defensive play. Skates sideways, cut that lane.
Jordie Benn coming away with the puck in the Dallas zone. Whitney at center ice. He's got Cole with him. Down the boards, Cole gets past Roosevelt. Whitney's in front, and it went off his skate and loose in front of the net. The Hawks clear it to center.
Semi-track meet going on now.
It's fun. 8.5 to play in the third. The Stars need a goal to tie it, and this goes off Horkoff to Roosevelt, who clears. Shots 29-28 Dallas. 3-2 game. Garbutt left it. Horkoff had a big goal in Detroit, but he's bumped off the puck here. Kane. Garbutt all over him. Goligoski's going to beat Peary to the puck. Horkoff tried to turn the Stars' attack out. Chicago holds the line. Peary looking at Kane all the way, but taking it deep. Back of the net, then he finds Patrick Kane. Saad goes to the front of the net. Daly intercepts, knocked it out to center ice, where Kane turns it over to Horkoff. Into the zone for Garbutt. Shot it. Peverley was right there, and Crawford swallows it with 7:49 to play in the third, and Chicago up 3-2 in Dallas against the Stars.
Lettinen making sure this remains a one-goal hockey game. Stars turn it over because of a pass into skates coming out of their own zone, and very quickly Seabrook to Kane to Saad. Bang! A diamond-encrusted pad save by Kari Lettinen to get across on that one. Pass should have never gotten through. And then a terrific defensive play by Jamie Benn to hustle all the way back and make sure Marian Hossa can't loft a backhand in. 200-foot game for Big Ben.
Ben has an assist in the game. Seguin has a goal. They're both out there with Peverley. The circle to Crawford's right. Kruger getting low. Hjalmarsson pushes it back to the net. Oduya quickly up the wall. Gonchar got over there to get it. Here comes Jamie Benn again. Image 4. Hawks tries to wrap around, and he shouldered the side of the net, sending him askew. Seguin, good play to Ben. He broke his stick shooting the puck. Goes toward the bench to pick one up, and he gets one.
It's the problem with having guys take faceoffs. You see that. A lot of times it's a stick fight for the draw, and it'll weaken these hollow sticks.
Nice pass by Peverley to Seguin. He's in, he shoots, and Crawford makes the stop. Oh, boy.
Well, this was a 90% gem. The burst, the speed of Seguin, who steps into it. Man, that looked like a slalom race. He had to get through the wickets to get in and even test Crawford, who had the glove awaiting. Wow. An alacritous offering from Tyler Seguin.
Boy, he does things so quickly.
There's a lot of navigating to get in there,
Oh,
though.
yeah, beautiful. Whitney shooting, and I don't think Crawford saw it.
Hit Chason in front of the net, who was screening him.
Cody Eakin stripping Taves. So, Chason shanked it wide. Whitney has had a very good game. Eakin tied up with Hossa, who went down. Here come the Hawks. Taves to Keith to Taves, moving in all the way around behind. He lost the puck. Seabrook at the right point, steadying and then shooting it deep. Hossa back of the net with Robida on his back. It jumped just away from Sharp. Chason unable to get it out. Sharp all the way across. Robida intercepts the hopeful pass to Hossa, and then the Stars turn it over. Robida blocks it, and there goes Whitney. He's got a step on Hossa, but 2 Chicago Blackhawks back at the end of a shift.
The game is fast. The game is fast. It's never been faster than it is this year around the NHL.
And they're the best. The Hawks. Kane put it in. Daly back of his net. Tied up with Bickle. Goligoski there to help. Slid it along the boards to Garbutt. Taps it ahead to Fiddler at center ice, but again, the Hawks catch him.
Good gap.
Under 6 to play in the third. 3-2 Chicago. Goligoski to bended knee. Wanted to slide it to Nichushkin. Bickle cut away from Garbutt to feed Shaw. Left it at the line. And Kane is denied. Nichushkin at center ice. He gets past Kane, walks it in. Nichushkin left it. Garbutt a shot. That's blocked by Bickle on its way to the net. Leddy turns it around. Goligoski trying to backhand it in front. Shaw will clear it, and this should die just in time. No icing for Chicago. Daly passing to Jordy Ben. Up the middle, too far for Seguin. Crawford out. Kept it just away from Jamie Benn's reach. Seguin will find it along the boards. Sagan's been electric in the game. Jordy Ben gave it to Seguin. He was double teamed, and now Bollig comes in. Jamie Benn rescued. Jordy tried to shoot it forward. Gave it to Jamie in the high slot. And he couldn't fidget his way around Oduya.
Seeing the Dallas defense now stand their ground at the attack blue line, especially this pair. Got to gamble a little bit.
Gonchar fires that in off a stick. It hit dead in the corner. Keith whips it out as the Stars change. Brookbank at center ice. Tossing it in, and there's Kari Lehtinen back in the net with 4:24 to play in the third, and Dallas needs a goal to tie it. Eakin did the old shimmy to lose Brookbank. Then uses his speed to take the Chicago line. Eakin in. Can't pull the trigger because Seabrook is dragging on him. Robida out to Eakin. Along the boards for Whitney. Steered it over toward Dillon, and that's intercepted. Brookbank clears it, and it'll go right in on Lehtinen.
Pretty good work by Brookbank, a converted defenseman, to just hold his ground in that high slot area. Hold your ice.
Fiddler in a hurry. Crawford played it out. Sharp across the ice to Taves. He and Hossa across the line. Hossa shot it, saved Lehtinen. He is so clever. Here's Fiddler at center ice. Roosevelt turning the puck over to Keith. Daly in front of the Chicago bench as we creep down. 3.5 minutes to play. Chicago's changing. Goligoski with a little free ice, and he'll zing it around the boards. Seguin over there ahead of Leddy. It goes to the line for Trevor Daly. Pulls to the middle. Passes off to Goligoski. Shot it, saved Crawford. Seguin reaching for it. Now Nichushkin is. He's tied up. Goligoski took a chance, and the Hawks clear. Dallas will change again, and so will Chicago as Brookbank feeds it deep. 3 minutes left, and we've had running time here for about 5 minutes. Goligoski up through the middle. Ben tapped it to the Chicago line, only to be turned back. Dallas reorganizing, but Bollig keeps it into the Star zone deep. Smith is hanging on Goligoski. Seguin pulls it out. Has a step, gives it to Peverley in tight quarters in the Dallas zone, but he swivels his way out to center ice and tried to drop it to Seguin at the line. Bollig finds it and tosses it over.
Quenneville, the coach of the Hawks, has been able to grind a couple of shifts with his third and fourth lines, and now can get it worked out where his top end guys have some gas for the final 2 minutes of regulation.
Saad puts it out of play at center, sending us to our final break. 2:16 remaining in the third. Can the Stars get to overtime again tonight? They'll need a goal late against Crawford and the Hawks.
Seguin is still shaking his head over that opportunity he had moments ago. It's worked by the glove of Corey Crawford. Back in the second period, though, no answer. Tonight's Tuwaka shot of the game. This one put the Stars up 2-1. Sweet feed by Ben. You could hear Seguin ring the dinner bell. Elevation and marksmanship in equal measure. What a shot. Still time. chewed up ice late in the period. Tough to make skilled plays, but I always found Sergei Zubov, like a guy like Seguin, it didn't matter. All the other guys fought it, but they never did when it was all beat up down there.
He's a remarkable talent, acquired in the offseason in the deal that sent Louis Eriksson to Boston. The Stars picked up Rich Peverley, too. And Peverley has also been good.
His blood clots pretty quickly, too, I would say, after that carnage in Detroit the other night.
Yeah.
Wow. He missed one shift, and he was leaking pretty good.
No stitches, though. He's tough. He can put it in deep. Chiasson shielding Yarmelson from the puck. Chiasson takes a tumble. Both Hawks and Stars fans getting into it vocally, and Hossa has a breakaway. He's in, he shoots, he scores.
Well, this just comes down to puck battles, and they're top dogs, they're elite, they're high threat count guys dug in. Puck comes up along the boards. Sharp wins this battle along the boards, wins that battle to nudge it through. An aggressive play by Dillon. He can't keep it in front of him. Three guys go to the puck. Hossa goes to the free ice, and as he wafts in, he becomes the latest elite Hawk to cash in against Kari Lehtinen. Short side. They had them all bottled up. At least Jamie Benn did earlier in the period. Another pair for the guy they call Haas.
That's his 8th. And so it's 4-2 Chicago. Sharp has his 4th assist of the night. Holy cow, he came in here with 7 in the first 16 games.
Jamie Benn just took a stick up in the face. Stars are going to get a power play. I don't know how that helps things, though, the way that's gone tonight. This is the storyline of the night. We'll get into the Ford game summary, though. Cody Eakin, who's probably been the Stars' best player in the game here tonight, although, you know, the two center icemen have been terrific. He and Seguin, the two top guys. You mentioned Sharp. He should have got 2 assists for that last one. The work that he put in, rolled up his sleeves, and then the power play's the story. I know they get the insurance tally there from Hossa at even strength, but the Kane goal had put them up. They're 1 for 1. The Stars 0 for 5 on the power play, 0 for the season on home ice, and they're going to finish this game barring a goal on the power play.
Kurt Fraser trying to draw something up for the Stars, and he needs that play that scores 2 goals.
Well, here's the scenario, right? You're going to get an attack zone face-off because of that rule. All penalties result in a face-off in the other team's zone. The team that infracted. So if you can score a goal immediately off the face-off, they're going to bring Kari Lehtinen to the bench here anyway. Essentially a 2-man advantage for them. The Hawks, though, can whip this thing down the ice at will and not worry about icing and face-offs in their own end. Here we go.
Shaw and Benn to Corey Crawford's right. Stars on their 6th power play of the game. Benn wins it. Whitney. Goligoski is shot like a set play off the face-off win. Seguin pokes at it off the side of the net, and look at this. Bang. A 200-footer.
Hjalmarsson might have won the car with that. Well, they did what they needed to do, which was win the draw and generate the chance from distance. It got blocked by Saad initially. Number 20, Saad, just peels away, gets in the shooting lane. They drill it off his shin pad, and then once they gobbled it up here, both Seguin and Benn were right there, and man, he nailed that from 190 feet away.
So it goes as the second shorthanded goal allowed by the Dallas Stars. Kari Lehtinen goes back in the net with the score now 5-2 and the point moot. And with no pressure, we'll see if Dallas can get off the schneid here on the power play. Fiddler taking it down the boards against Hjalmarsson. For Hjalmarsson, that is his second goal and 9th point. He's never had more than 15 points in a season. And here's a slashing call at the end.
Saad's stick was, in fact, sawed in half in the corner. So Horkoff, who was battling for this loose puck there, takes the minor. So the faceoff comes to the other end, and there'll be wide open space. You know, Stars really had what they needed in place here tonight. What was missing is obvious. I'll be Captain Obvious.
Okay.
It's tough to win. I mean, they were making it difficult on themselves, as Lindy said on that road trip, because their power play wasn't doing them any favors, and they were finding ways to win in overtime. Here on home ice, they could have taken full control of this hockey game and instead came up empty.
So they're 0 for 6 in the game. They've yielded a shorthanded goal. Chicago is 1 for 1, and they will not get their second power play of the game. Seabrook on the 4-on-4. Crosses over, gave it to Keith. He shoots it. Lettinen shot the stick right out of Kari's hand. Here comes Seguin and Ben with a late charge. Seguin for Ben. Oh, he slipped that one right in on goal after he sidesteps Peary. 10 seconds remaining, and not yet. Not yet. The Hawks are the Stanley Cup champs, and they come in here and win for the 11th time this year with a 5-2 win over the Stars.
Well, they're now 5-1-1 on the road. Their last 3 wins by a 15-4 goal margin. Although this one was kind of dusted off late. It was a tight hockey game. Should have been a 1-goal game, if not headed to overtime. So this one will sting a little bit for the Stars, who will dust themselves off and head right back out on the road,
where things have been good for the Dallas Stars. Hawks 5, Stars 2, the final for Razor and the rest of the gang. I'm Ralph.